Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast with Jay Gordon Duncan. And if you're wondering why the J, the answer is I'm not a bagpipe player. And if you're wondering what that joke means, I encourage you to check out episode 0, where I explain that joke as well as the purpose of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast, where we talk about faith, family, fitness, finances, and sometimes fun. Well, friends, I'm glad to be here for a couple of reasons. This has been a tech crazy week. In fact, I got halfway into this podcast, had complete computer failure again. I've got stories to tell, but I'm now up on the third computer, fourth device this week, and I'm really glad to bring this episode to you. So thanks so much. And as always, we begin each episode by thanking you. Thank you for listening to last week's episode where I talked about in business, there's no such thing as balance, there's seasons. And I knew when I published that episode that it would be slightly controversial and an unpopular opinion. And I definitely heard back from folks. There were a few people who were like, Gordon, I think you're right on there. But you know what? I got some negative feedback, which I don't mind because I'm just sharing my opinion, what I think works best. And it's good to hear from folks. In fact, I had a lively conversation with my family over some wonderful Mexican food. And that was the question. They were like, I don't know if that sounds healthy. And so, of course, I explained. I don't know if you guys listened to the episode, probably not, but just explaining, hey, what I'm saying is there's no way to have equal time for everything. And then, we follow the pattern of nature. I mean, there are seasons for certain things, seasons for building, season for selling, season for changing, seasons for resting. But one way or the other, it was great. It was wonderful to get everybody's feedback. As always, I'm super thankful that you guys like, listen, subscribe, and share. It means a ton. So thank you so much. It was awesome. Now, wonderful. I'm excited about this week. Couple of things. I know that it was the last week or the week before I said that I was going to start sharing resources with you, books or podcasts or YouTubes that I've been enjoying. So I wanted to share one real quick with you. Is this book? It's called the Sales Warrior Playbook by Andy Elliott. It's essentially a rebuttal manual. It could be read pretty quickly, and probably one that you would need to come back to. Probably one they would come back to. So if you're not familiar with Andy Elliott, he's very popular on TikTok right now. He and his wife built a $100 million sales training company. They do a lot in the automotive industry, and he's famous for being very aggressive, very upfront, very in your face. And he's also jacked, like this big dude. He's got a side company selling pants that are like $110, and he and his wife has some controversial views on how they raise their children, but he knows his sales tips. And so this book is one of those ones you get free if you pay shipping and handling and you enter in their funnel. And the moment I got it, I started getting their text, I started getting their follow-up emails. They've got a great follow-up system. You can see he's got a system down. But if you'd like to learn a little bit, like when you've got to get to the close, you want to handle questions of price or decision making or delay, you might find some help there. But it's not really a book you read. It's sort of step by step. How do you handle rebuttals or pushback or delays in the sales process? So check it out if you will. And if you've been following TikTok and social media and things that we're doing lately, we've been very excited. We've launched 2 video series online. So in Capitalize Marketing across all of our platforms, we have a 50 video marketing tip series, like marketing tip number 1, marketing tip number 3. I think today was marketing tip number 5. And these are about 60, 70 seconds long. Please go check them out on TikTok, Capitalize on Instagram or Facebook. We're really excited about. We're just trying to give more and more value. They don't ask for a single thing. They're just free marketing advice. And we even have launched one over on Toughness Group, which has now been rebranded Capitalize Your Best Life. And those are just life tips. And so please check out both of those. It's just free content. We're not asking for anything in any of them. We would love your support, so check them out. So having said all of that, today's topic is how do you know if your seminar event has been successful? We as a company are a seminar educational marketing company. We started that way because I'm a teacher, former pastor, writer. I love teaching. And we wanted people to get benefit from what we have to offer, whether or not they ever do service with us or do business with us. So that means that we do marketing seminars and we do them in person, we do them online. And we started way back in 2018 with something called brown bag lunches. And they were just that. We'd meet for lunch. You bring your own lunch, brown bagging it. And for an hour, we'd give free marketing advice or answer any questions you like. So we did 2 of those at the Chamber of Commerce. We did one of them upstairs of Wegmans, a large grocery store chain, and they were really helpful. Took a little break from it as we figured out what we wanted them to look like. Then we did large in-person seminars. We elevated quickly, and we did 2 John Maxwell day seminars where we rented facilities. Excuse me, and we brought in guest speakers. Those were large. We catered, very expensive overhead, but established us in the community. I'm very thankful for those. During COVID, we did a workshop that was expensive, like it was hundreds of dollars, but it was like, we're going to help you learn how to create social media. And then we pivoted. It was a natural pivot, especially during the COVID stuff. And we went onto our Capitalize Your Best Facebook page, which we invite you to. And then we would do monthly seminars there, anywhere between 4 and 16 people. Again, just giving, giving, giving. And we would typically share our content and our services at the end if you'd like to work with us. Well, at that point in time, we moved into a combination virtual in-person. And those have been really successful. And we've done topics like social media, breaking the $250,000 barrier, breaking the 6-figure barrier. We've done real estate specific seminars. We've done eye care specific seminars. We've done how do you turn prior materials into a course or coaching service seminars. And now what's going on is that we're doing 2 seminars a month. About 3 out of 4 of those are where I'm being invited in. I'm very thankful for that. I was up in Philadelphia in December. We have a wonderful partnership with Clearview Title, and we just this week did a seminar. We've got one coming up on the 26th, which is a virtual seminar on setting yourself up for success so that you can break the $250,000 barrier. And then we're going to Philadelphia in February again for 2 seminars. Woo, that's all we got going on. So the question is, with all of that activity, how do you know if these events are successful or not? Well, of course, they come down to your goal. What is your goal? And I can't define this for you, but I want to give you some metrics. I don't want you to define the success of these goals in a singular fashion. I don't want you to say, well, they're only successful if I make a certain amount of money. And I don't want you to say they're only successful if we have a certain amount of people, because those are going to vary depending upon marketing, location, and a bunch of other things. So let me give you several metrics that I think will help you if you start moving into it. And these are important because in the 12-month Capitalize Your Best program, we teach seminars and events. We teach that as part of our marketing plan. We literally like, hey, here's how you do it. Here's how you grow your audience from it. So this is a benchmark for us and something we teach our clients. So here are the metrics for success. Yes. Number one of them is, did you sign up new clients? If that's your end goal, then you may or may not have success. And I'll be honest with you, in ours, we typically don't close in the seminar itself. We have people sign up for 15 or 30-minute calls, and then we nurture them in a process to see if we're a good fit. But for some folks, it's like, well, how much money did I make? That's one way to do it. 2, I mean, are you growing an audience? Are you able to gather an audience? Now, I'll give you an example. Ours on Thursday, I think we had 12 people in person and 8 people online. There's 20 people in the real estate industry. Well, when we set that date, what we didn't know is that several other people in the community were also setting dates. So believe it or not, on that day that we had our seminar, there were 2 other seminars for the real estate professionals in town on the same day, same time. And then there were 2 ribbon cuttings that started at 4 o'clock in town, and our seminar ended at 4. So if you were a real estate professional in town, that's 5 events going on basically at the same time. Now, when we set that date, those others hadn't been publicized yet. So we wouldn't have purposely competed with them. But that meant that, there was a division of where people could put their interest. So I'm incredibly thankful for 12 in person and 8 online. So but you can't measure it as like where the 25 people I had here last time. We had 25 people at a seminar at the end of November last year. It's wonderful. But you've got to gauge it relative to what's going on and then your marketing. So 2 ways so far is you can gauge it by revenue. You can gauge it by numbers. And here's another one which is interesting. You can gauge it by how well you marketed it. Was the seminar successful? Did you market it well? I'm telling you, a post here or there is not going to get people there. We did, I don't know. I'd have to go back and see the plan. a, more than a dozen pieces of social media content, well more than a dozen pieces of social media content, individual invitations through text, personal invites and DMs, and sent out, I think, a 5 or 6 drip campaign of emails. And so that's what we did. And then Clearview Title, since they brought me in, they did marketing as well. And then I think we'd had a bigger number, but we had, like I said, the competing eyeballs. And so we were really happy with what we got. But looking at that, I view it as a success because of the marketing. Because even if people don't show up, they see us, they see Clearview Title or any other sponsor we work with as a marketing educational company. And so our reputation is elevated because we're doing that. And so if you have an effective marketing campaign, especially if you're a marketing company, it is successful for you in that way. So you've got revenue, you've got numbers, you've got marketing. And then the other thing is, how well did you do it? Like if you're leading the seminar, how well did that go? This seminar this past week was brand new content, setting yourself up for real estate success in 2024. I'd never written this seminar. It was a brand new presentation. And I look at it, and I'm going to do the seminar again in Philadelphia, but I thought it was successful because it resonated and it landed. And if you can resonate and land with the people in front of you, they're going to let other people know, and you're going to grow your reputation. You're going to grow your eyeballs and your attendance. And that's incredible. So when you look at it, there's a lot of, if it's just, I didn't make any money, you're going to be disappointed. Or I didn't have a big crowd, you're going to be disappointed. But when you look at it, that metric, you're like, okay, did we gain revenue? Did we have people in attendance? How was our marketing, and how did it present? I've got one more metric for you. So again, those 4, you've got revenue, you've got attendance, you've got marketing, and you've got the presentation, but there's one more that's vital. That's why I saved it to the end. Did you leave there with follow-up appointments? Please, please, please put in a system where people can set up follow-up appointments with you, because you want to gain a greater audience. You want to gain leads, and you want to follow up and improve your reputation and serve others. That one is vital. That's going to grow your business more than anything else. And if you got the revenue, if you got the attendance, you've got the marketing, and you've got the content, wonderful. But ideally, you want to leave there with follow-up appointments. When I download this and do a hot wash with Amy or anyone else about how it goes, the important thing to me is I left there with this number of leads. And if you're doing seminars for that purpose, that is the key. What is the progression? So guys, I hope this has been helpful. I know that's a lot. What I want for you, hopefully, is that you can gain the confidence. And remember, seminars are a long range thing. You can't just do one and hope it's going to be successful. If you're organizing them, you've got to organize them regularly. Start out once a month. We're now twice a month. And I think you're really going to gain some benefit from it. Going from there, guys, if you need any help, please reach out to us. Our Capitalize Your Best program will teach you how to do this and will help you grow. And in the show notes, I'm going to leave a registration link where you can sign up for our seminar on the 26th. We took the Setting Yourself Up for Seminar for Real Estate Agents, and we've adapted it for businesses that want to break 250K. And that one is virtual only, so you can hop on. It's on the 26th of January. The registration link is in the show notes, and I can't wait to see you there. So guys, thank you so much for always tuning in. Episode 500 is coming up, and I can't wait to see you there. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.